Welcome everyone again in this video session on MySQL library functions. But before we start, let me tell you, mistakes are proof that you are trying. So don't fear of mistakes, keep trying. As you know, we are covering DBMS concepts, which is prescribed in the CBSE syllabus for class 12 computer science, IP and 11th IP. So let us begin. The contents, learning outcomes, which we are going to learn. Under MySQL functions, we have string functions, mathematical functions or numeric functions, date and time functions. String functions has char, length, concat, lower or L case, upper or U case, substring or substr or mid, trim, L trim and R trim, left and right function and in string function. These are all string functions. Under mathematical or numeric functions, we have mod, par, pow, sqrt for square root, sine, round, truncate. And under date and time functions, we have current date, month, year, day name, day of month, day of week, day of year, now and sysdate. So let us begin. MySQL functions. These are all library functions which are already present in MySQL. When you run these functions, they will run according to the arguments or parameters which you give. Now, what is a function? A function is a special type of predefined command set that performs some operation and returns a single value. The input given to the functions are known as parameters or arguments. That means the function will take some input and will give some output. Categories of MySQL function. So the different categories of MySQL function are string functions. String functions are used to manipulate the text string in many ways. Now text string, whatever you write inside single quote or inside double quote, they are string. So whether it's a special character, whether it's a space, whether it's a letter, whether it's a number, if written inside quote, single or double, it is considered as a string. Mathematical functions or numeric functions, these functions, they accept numeric values as input or parameters and returns numeric values after the execution of the query. And date and time functions, they operate on values of the date and time data type. So let us see and start with string functions. Now I have created one product table which has PNO, PName, DOP for date of purchase, company, price and quantity as its field. So you will get the ready to run code in the notepad in my blog. You will get all these codes. So let us move on, and I have taken the example of this table for the subsequent slides which will come. First of all, char function, character functions. It returns the character for each integer passed. Now, the integers which you are passing, as you know that according to American Standard Code for Information Interchange, every character has an equivalent code. So, capital A is 65 as you know in ASCII code, and B is 66, capital C is 67 and so on. And small a is 97, small b is 98, small c is 99 and so on. So it's better if you remember the value for capital A and small a, so that you can get the answer easily. And the other symbols, they also have ASCII characters. We are not going to into the details of that. So let's see. 66, 65, 71. Three numbers you are passing. So it has given you for 66, it has given you B, for 65 capital A, and 71 is G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70 and 71. So G is 71. So like this. So let us move on. Length. Now length returns the length of the parameter which you are passing as a string. So when you are writing length and inside quotes whatever you are giving, it will count the length. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now for this particular string, I love India, the length of the string is 12. Why? Because it is calculating the spaces also. Then see here, select P name, length of P name from product. So P name it is displaying because of this, and length of P name. So length, router 6 characters, switch is of 6 characters, like that. It has shown the lengths. And remember that spaces and special characters, that also is considered inside a string. Concat. The concat function, it concatenates or joins strings. That is, suppose you have written concat. Now this is the first string, comma, this is the second string. It will concatenate both the strings and it will give you the output like this without any space. Suppose if you have written comma again another string, it will concatenate that also. So as many, I will show you how. For example, select concat. You know it is not case sensitive. So let us give this in writing. I love my country. Suppose I am giving a full stop also. So all these 4 strings will be concatenated. See the output, I love my country, and the full stop also. This is also considered inside the string. So all these 4 strings are concatenated. That means joined without any space. Let us move on. So similarly you can concatenate the fields, and this is also a string in between. So when you are writing the name of the fields from a table, do not give it inside quotes, otherwise it will consider P name as a string. Here P name is the field, price is also the field from the table product, right? So P name, it is taking the P name, and price, it is taking the price, and in between it is displaying using hyphen, right? So let's move on. Lower or L case. So you can write lower or L case for getting strings in small letters. So select L case India. So it is given India in small letters. Similarly, instead of L case, if you write lower and then P name, and this is the column alias I have used in small, so it has given all the P name values in small letters. See, router, R also it is given in small, everything in small letters, right? So let me give you an example of this, like select L case, and if you write word and space and in special characters also, so it won't affect the special characters, because whatever is a special character it will display as it is, but it is given W in lowercase, right? So like that. So let's move on. And then upper, similarly uppercase will convert it into uppercase letters. Since India is already given in uppercase, so it is given India in uppercase only. But here see P name, if you are using this U case, it is giving everything in capital letters, all this P name, right? So this is about upper or U case. Now substring, sub str or mid, all these 3 functions are same, they give the same output, but substring is what? It's a part of a string. That means how the syntax works, let us see that. First of all, it will take the string, comma, starting index number, comma, the number of characters to be extracted. Now these are the input it will take. right? Now see, suppose the string is welcome to India and 3 exclamatory marks, comma, and the second input is 4 and the third parameter is 12. So first is the string, second is the starting index number, and third one is the number of characters to be extracted. Now interestingly, for a string, the index number in case of MySQL starts from 1. So W is at index number 1, E 12, and then L is in index number 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. See, the space has taken the index number 8, and then 9, 10, and then 11 is again space, and then see the exclamatory marks, they have taken the index number 17, 18, 19. So see this query, when you have written 4, 12, so it will start from the 4th index number. That means it will start from here. That means it will include C as well. And from here, starting from here, it will extract 12 characters. That is COME. I will show you using this. So what it is doing, it will take this, 1, 2, 3. So it has taken 4th index number as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So till I, 12 characters it has extracted, and it has shown you the output accordingly. Hope you have got this, that the first parameter is the string, the second parameter after comma is the starting index number, and remember the index number starts from 1 in case of MySQL, and comma, the third parameter is the number of characters which you want to fetch. So this one is the substring of this one string. This is the full string, and this one is the part of this string. So this is a substring of this string, right? So let us move on. Now to show you that for this product table, mid, I've taken mid function, that is substring only, substr, and then the name of the field. Don't give it in quotes, remember, because this is the name of the field. 2, 5. That means 2 is what? Yes, 2 is the starting index number, and 5 is the number of characters you want to extract. That means 5 characters you want to extract. See, 5 characters it is extracting from this company field. So see the first one is titbit. So the second index number, it starts from this letter I. So ITBIT, 5 characters it has taken. Similarly from the next one, Cosmos, it has taken OSMOS. Then from Universal, NIVER, 5 characters only from the second index number. Likewise it has done for the rest of the records also. And this is just to show that mid, or if you write substring, or if you write substr, they represent the same function. You will get the same output, right? So let's move on with trim, ltrim and rtrim functions. Now trim function, it removes both leading, that is from the beginning, and trailing, that is from the end, the spaces, the extra spaces. Now extra spaces which is at the beginning of the string and which is at the end of the string. Now remember, it will take only this part, this space and this space, right? It will not consider this space. No, the space which is in between string it will not take. It will consider only this space at the beginning of the string, an entire string, and at the end of the entire string. So see, when you are doing trim, it is trimming, that means it is cutting this space, it is cutting this space, right? So when it is removing this particular part and this particular part, you are getting the string like this. This is the output of trim. The initial spaces and the end spaces, trailing spaces. L-trim, what it will do? It will remove the initial spaces. Only this much part it will remove, right? And so in case of L-trim, this space will be removed. And in case of trim, it has removed this and it has removed this. And in case of R-trim, this will be there. The initial space will be there. Trailing means at the end. This space won't be there. So see, the initial space is there, but the space later on of the end of the string is not there. So hope you have understood that trim, L-trim and R-trim, these functions, they remove the spaces. Now moving on. Now left and right functions. Left function returns the extracted characters from left or beginning side, and right, it extracts characters from the right or the trailing side. So let us see example and you will understand better. The syntax is left and the string whatever you are giving inside quotes, comma, and then n you have to mention that is number of characters you want to extract. So let us see example. Select left, welcome to India, 14. So from the left, from the beginning, it is extracting 14 characters and it will give you that output. That is let us see example and let us run it from here itself. Select welcome to India. Okay, and let us give 14. Okay, fine. Oh, sorry, not mentioned the name of the left. This is the function. See, so what it is doing, select left, welcome to India, 14. So from the left side it has extracted 14 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This space is 11, 12, 13, 14. So D is still D. 14 characters it has extracted including the space, right? So this is the way of using left. And then right also the same thing. It will extract, suppose in this example 16 characters you have given. So from the right side it will extract 16 characters, but it will show you in a normal manner only from left to right. But it will extract 16 characters from the right. See, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So till C 16 characters. So from C to the end it will print. This is the substring which you are extracting. This is in case of left and right. But in case of substring, what it was extracting character from anywhere, because you are mentioning the starting index also. But in case of left and right, by default it will start from the beginning in case of left, and right from the rightmost, from the end. Lastly, instring function. But before instring function, let me tell you about left and right. For a table also you can give. So left pname comma 3 and right company comma 4 in one single query you have given this. So the output it's giving is pname comma 3. So it is taking 3 characters from the left side, right, of this particular column. Similarly, right company comma 4. So from the company column and from the right side it is taking 4 characters. So see, TBIT and then SMOS from the right side. It is giving you accordingly, right? So let's move on. And the last substring functions is instring. Now, instring it returns the index of the first occurrence of the string. That is for the very first time when the second string is coming in the first string. That is, it will take two strings. So this is the first string. This is the first string you have given, and then comma, and then this is the second string you have given. So the second string, when it is coming in the first string, it is coming here for the first time. It is here also om, but it is coming first time over here. So when it is coming first time over here, that is, it's coming in which particular index number? It is coming in fifth index number. This one, O. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This O, OM. So O is coming for the first time in fifth index number. So the first letter and the second letter, they should be together. I mean, the substring should be together only, but where it is coming for the first time jointly, that you have to find. Similarly, this one in string and output, this is the column alias I have taken, so it is giving you the same thing. Let me give another example of, let us see this. Select in string my mother. Okay, so my mother, so let me give the string as M, right? So only M I am giving. So when this M is coming for the first time, it is coming in which index number? That index number is returned. So it is coming first time in the first index number only. So answer will be 1. The output will be 1. It is coming here also. And since this is not case sensitive, it will consider this only. So it will check. It will start checking from the left hand side that where it is coming first. Wherever it is coming, it will return you that particular index number. So 1 is the output. Hope you have got this. In string again, company, comma, AR. Now where AR is coming in this company field and where quantity less than equal to 50, you are displaying company also. So see, these are the companies. So for Cosmos, AR, there is no AR. Starlight, yes, AR is here, but it is in which position? It is coming for the first time in the third index number, 1, 2, 3. So it is giving 3 as the answer. Cosmos again 0. Now for this one, Star Mark, AR is coming here also, it is coming here also. But for the first time where it is appearing? It is appearing here. So that is why it is giving the index number as 3, because AR is coming jointly here and starting from index 3. So 3 is the output. Hope you have understood all the string functions. Now let's move on and start with the mathematical functions, right? So mathematical functions or numeric functions, first one is mod. Now for mod, which returns the remainder, when you divide one expression with another expression, you get the remainder. And this person symbol, you will understand by seeing this person symbol that this, in case of any calculation, it returns you the remainder. So when you divide 11 by 4, it returns you which value? 3, because 4 2s are 8 and remainder is 11 minus 8, 3. So 3 is the output. So similarly, there are 3 ways of writing this mod. Either you write 11 and this mod symbol 4, or you write 11 mod 4, or you write mod 11 comma 4. It will fetch you the same answer, right? Now see, for any particular table also you can use it inside a table. Suppose you want to display QTY and mod QTY comma 3 from the table product where quantity less than equal to 50. Okay, so these are all the records which has quantity less than 50 or equal to 50. Now for this one, how we are getting 2? See, when you divide 50 with 3, the remainder is 2, right? So 16 threes are, you have 48, and then remainder is 2. Similarly 6 threes are 18 and remainder is 2. Similarly for 10, 3 threes are 9, so 10 minus 9, remainder is 1. For the 25 also. So hope you have understood. Mod. Now power. Power is what? It just returns the value of one expression raised to another expression. So power, or you can write power, it will fetch you the same answer. So 4 comma 3 means 4 to the power 3. That means 4 into 4 into 4. So 4 into 4 into 4 is 64. Power 5 comma 4, that means 5 into 5 into 5 into 5. 4 times you are multiplying 5. 5 to the power 4. Answer is 625. 5 5 is 25. 5 is 125 into 5 is 625. So see here, for a particular table also you can use. And what it has done? Quantity comma 2 to the power 2. So 100 into 100, 50 into 50, it is giving you the correct value. Let us move on. Square root is just opposite of you know that square root of any value, you will get the square root of that. So you will get a numeric expression only. And for a particular table, if you are using for a numeric column, you can use it like this and you will get the square root of the value. See, first one quantity is 100 and the square root of 100 is 10, and the second 50, and it is giving you 7.07 like that, right? So it is giving you the square root. See, for this one it is giving null, because any expression, if you use any calculation with null, it will give you the output as null only. We have learnt in earlier videos. So coming on to sign. Sign returns you either +1, -1 or 0. It returns the sign of the given number. That is, if it's a positive number, it will give you +1. If it's a negative number, it returns -1, and if it's 0, it returns 0. Like this. The +15, positive number, -240, negative number, sign 0, 0. Round and truncate. Now these two are very important. And the difference also we have to understand. Round is what? It returns numeric expression rounded to an integer. It can be used to round an expression to a number of decimal points. Now decimal points, you have to mention it after that, after the number. So suppose for a particular table we are using price, comma 1. So let us take one by one each of the prices. Comma 1 means that after decimal, display only one digit. But how it will round off? See, it will round off till one decimal place. Now after 0.9 is there. Now for this 9, we will check this value. If this is 5 or more than 5, then it will round off this. This is, you know, in mathematics. And if this 9 is rounded off to the next number, it becomes 10, where that one value is added to the units place. So 3599 becomes 3600 and 0.0. 0.0 why? Because you have given 1. So after decimal you have to display till one digit. Similarly for 3890.89, so 8 will become 9. This 9, because for this 9, this 8 will be rounded off to 0.9. Similarly 0.99, so 2899 will become 2900. Similarly for 49, it will become 0.5, right? And null will give you null only. And if there is no value after point, if there is only 0, so it will give you only 0.0, because for this 1 only one digit. Likewise. So let's move on and see what happens in case of truncate. Truncate will just trim. It will just cut. Comma 1 means that after point display only one digit. So it will not round off. It will simply truncate the value. Here also it will truncate this value. Here also it will truncate this value and it will not round off. See, 3890.89, it is showing only 0.8, it is not rounding off. Here also 0.49, it is just trimming 90 and it is displaying only 0.4, right, and not 0.5, which happened in case of round. Similarly for the rest of the thing, it is just trimming these part. Now let us understand better with few more examples of it. Now interestingly, remember that truncate means at least you have to mention the second parameter also in case of truncate, otherwise it will be an error. That how many numbers you want to truncate after decimal point, or how many numbers you want to display after decimal point, that you have to mention. See here, let's see examples and understand better. Round 54.279, 1. That is, comma 1 means point ke baad only one digit we want to display. So 7, since this 7 is more than 5, that means 2 will be rounded off to 3. 0.3. After decimal only one digit. Comma 2, that means 2 digit after 0.2 digits, so 2 is there as it is, and then 7. Now whether 7 will be rounded off? Yes. Why 7 will be rounded off? Because of this 9, which is more than 5, so it becomes 0.28. Similarly here, when you are not mentioning any parameter, the second parameter, it will round off till its units place. 0.279, 0.2, that means it is not 5 or more than 5. Because of this 2, it is keeping it till 54 only, but no decimal places. Not giving any second parameter or giving comma 0 is the same, right? But in case of truncate, what is happening when you are giving comma 1, in this case 54.279, it is giving you 54.2. It is simply truncating, that means just removing the 79 part. Since it is 1, written 1, that means after point show only one digit, 1 till 1 decimal place, so 0.2. Cut the rest of the thing. Comma 2, here cut the rest of the thing and just display 2 digits after point. Here, since you have not mentioned the second parameter, second input, that how many decimal places it should display, it is giving you an error. But see here, when you are giving comma 0, so it is understood that you have to mention it till units place and nothing after point. So 54, it is just truncating this part, so it is displaying only 54. Hope you have understood this. Now let us see quickly 54.679. Since you have not mentioned anything, it is rounding off till the units place. So 54.6, 0.6, that means more than 5. 6 is more than 5, so that is why 54 is becoming 55. Similarly here, comma 0, again it will give you 55, because comma 0 means and giving nothing means the same. Minus 1. Now in case of minus 1, what happens? It will do it till the tens place, that means this one. So it actually, what it does is, it rounds off this number, right, but it considers this number. So since this number is 4, try and understand, which is less than 5, so it will not round off this 5 and this will be omitted. 4 will become 0. 50. See, 54, and for the tens place, minus 1 is for the tens place. It is nearer to 50 or 60. Within tens, 54, 50 or 60. It lies between which? 50 and 60. And it is nearer to whom? 50 or 60. It is nearer to 50. 50 wali side mein. Right? So, that is why the answer is 50. If you would have written 55 or above that, then the answer would have 55 or 56 or 57, 58, 59 over here, then the answer would have been 60. Because 55 and above till 59 or 60, it is nearer to 60. Let's check in case of truncate. Now truncate, since you are not mentioning anything, it's an error. You've given 0, so it has just trimmed this part and giving 54. In case of -1, what it is doing? It is trimming this part till 10th place, and it will trim this part also. So it is giving you only 50. It will just trim these entire part and giving you 50. Now moving on. See, in these examples, round 324.279, comma -1. -1 means till 10th place. Now see, 324, 324. Now 24, it is nearer to which tens? 20 or 30? It is nearer to 20. 24 is nearer to 20 or 30? It is nearer to 20, right? So that is why 320 is the answer. The rest of the thing is simply not considered. Here -2, it will consider it till the 100th place. So in case of 100th place, 354. Now imagine the line number which you have learnt in maths, that 354 lies between 300 and 400, but 354 is nearer to whom? 300 or 400? Since it is more than 350, so it lies nearer to 400. So that is why the answer is 400. It is rounding off till the 100th place because of this -2. What? Since this is 5, that is why it is rounding off this 3 as 4, and the rest it will make it 0, 0. So 400. Similarly, -2 for 754. Now 754 lies between 700 and 800, but 754 is nearer to whom? It is nearer to 800. That is why the output is 800. But see, in case of truncate, when you are writing -1, it is simply trimming. -1, it just remove this. Remove the units place. 320, make it 0. In case of -2, just remove this and this. So it will be 300. Just trim it. It is 5 and 4. Remove that and give 0, 0. -2. Simply trim. It's not rounding off. It is just trimming. 55, 4. You just trim it. You will get 700. So in this way, round and truncate, I have tried to differentiate and tried to make you understand. Hope it's clear. Now let's move on with the next part of our MySQL library functions, and don't worry, I have given all these queries in the notepad in my blog. You can get the ready to run code there. Let me quickly explain you date and time functions, right? So what we have in date and time functions is cur_date or current date, current underscore date, and parenthesis. Parenthesis is the symbol of function, or current underscore date without any parenthesis. All these three, they fetch you the same value, fetch you the same result. That is, they return the current date. So if this is the current date, it is returned, all these three have returned the same date. Date. Now date returns the date part of a date or date time expression. See, in remember that dates are also given inside single quote or double quotes. Now here the date which I have given in this example is date I have given in case of YYY, MM and DD format, and then time also I have given, right? So hour, minutes and seconds, but it has extracted only the date part. So the answer is this, only the date part it has extracted, right? And similarly month function, by the name itself you can understand that it extracts the month part. So 2008-05, so 5 is the month, so 5 is the output. Similarly, for particular table also you can do, I have tried to display DOP, date of purchase, and month DOP, that is month of date of purchase. You see, month is the middle one in case of date, so it has displayed the same thing, this one. That means our query is correct. Similarly here, it has extracted the year, only the year part. Year function returns the year from the date argument which you are passing, right? This one. Now moving on, day name, it returns you the name of the day. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, it starts from Sunday. So 19th May 2008, it is Monday. And yes, it is Monday because this is date of birth of my son. So I know this. Anyhow, now this. So here I have tried to display DOP, day name DOP. So DOP it is displayed and day name DOP, the days of these dates. So day name displays you the day, weekday, and then date of month, the day of month. A month has either 30 or 31 days. So it will return you the value between 1 to 31. Since it is 19th May, so this is the 19th day of the month. Now since this is 9 December, so it is returned 9. This is 6th October, so this is 6th day of the month. 1st January, so it is returned 1. 24th August, so it is returned 24, like this. The day of the month, it is returning the day of that particular month. It must be between 1 to 31. And then day of week. A day of week is very interesting, that in that particular week starts from, week will fetch you value between 1 to 7 days in a week. Now remember here the week is fetching from Sunday as 1. So Monday, as we have seen that 19th May is Monday, so Monday is 2, is the second day of the week. That is why it is displaying 2. Similarly, these are the days of those week in which these dates came, right? So 9th December 2003 was the third day of the week. That means Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So it was Tuesday. So like that, this was the 5th day of the week. Like that, you have this day of week. Then day of year. The day of year 19th May 2008. Now you know year has either 365 or in case of a leap year it has 366 days. Now let us calculate this, how we have got 140. See, 19th May and 2008 is a leap year. So let me show you how we are getting this 140. See, starting from January, 31 is the number of days in case of January, and then since it was a leap year, so 29 days were there in 2008 February. And then for March again 31, April 30, and then 19th May, so 19 days of May. So now if you calculate, if you add up, so if you add up, you will get 140. Sorry, again I am writing 31 plus 29 of Feb and 31 of March and 30 of April and 19 of May. So if you add all this, you will get 140 as the answer, right? So calculate, yes. So 140th day of the year this is. So similarly for these dates also, from the product table I have tried to do and showed you, like this 1st January 2004 is the first day of the year, 9th December is 343rd day of the year, like this. It has fetched you the value, right? So moving on. Now and sysdate. Now these two functions in date and time, they return the time, now returns the time at which the function executes, and sysdate returns the current date and time. See, now it is returned the date as well as the time. Sysdate also does the same thing, date and the time. Now what is the difference between this now and sysdate? Let us understand this, that now before we understand the difference between now and sysdate, let us see, there is another function sleep. Sleep is a time delay function in seconds. So whatever you are giving in sleep, the value for this much second, it will stop and then again it will execute. So now returns the same result even if it is used multiple times in the same query. See, in this particular query I have given now, and then again now I have given after sleep 2. So now is fetching the value as this time 14, 32, 13 seconds. Again in the same query it has fetched the value 14, 32, 13. But in case of sysdate, sysdate returns the execution time of that particular function, exactly at which time it is executing. So in the same query you will get different result for sysdate. Sysdate, when it was executing here, it showed you that 14, 32, 29 seconds. But when sysdate executed here, it showed 14, 32 and 31. That means sleep of 2 seconds it is taken, and then from 29 to 31 it has moved 2 seconds ahead, and after that when this sysdate executed, it executed in this time. So that is why there is a 2 second delay because of this sleep 2. So hope you have understood the difference between now and sysdate, right? So finally we have tried to understand the 3 different varieties of MySQL library functions. So these library functions are already known by the MySQL compiler. So whenever you will run these codes, they will be understood by the compiler and they will give you the correct output, right? So we have learned string functions, we have learned mathematical or numeric functions, and date and time functions. Now remember one thing, and the last thing which you should know, that inspirational thoughts or motivational thoughts, they are not going to make you positive until you do not create your own positive vibes from your own within. Nobody can change you, right? Nobody can change you until you change yourself. So stay safe, stay aware, stay healthy, stay alert, and stay tuned with all the videos coming up next. Thank you so much for your patient hearing. Thank you.